Are we live?
Yep. What up, people?
What's good? What's good?
Jumping into a rap shit. Go, babe.
All right. They really got me fucked up.
Oh.
And I wasn't going for none of that. She the type, the nigga make her mad, she go tweet something. Me, kinda ratchet. Still, so I'm the type to beat something. I can't love you, baby, like your bitch do, so don't leave her. He gonna choose her every time, 'cause it's cheaper to keep her. Can't say her name up in my songs, might not fuck with you. And that's all I can say.
Okay. That's Glorilla tomorrow featuring Cardi B.
Word.
Yeah. Yeah. At first I
Easy
was
money.
like, what is this? With the first line, I really did think that it was probably like the baby at first. But then as we continued, it
Yeah.
was obviously glory hallelujah. Okay.
Gloria, hallelujah.
Obviously. Okay. Absolutely love that song. I love Cardi's verse in that one as
Fire.
well. I be screaming that at the top of my lungs.
Fire.
Riding with my 20 them and we all look good as fuck. She said she my aunt, but I don't know. I had to look her up.
Fire.
Hi, Rolo. Hello. Oh my goodness. What made you pick that one?
Glorilla got a I was about to call her Gloria. I mean, that is her name.
It is.
But Glorilla has an album coming out on Friday, so
shucky ducky.
it's very highly anticipated.
Yeah.
And we might get into that later.
Okay.
Too, but
fire.
that's why
Well,
she's
don't
just
pick, babe.
awesome.
Man, we love Glorilla in this household. Okay.
Friend of the pod.
Yes, absolutely. The friend for sure. Well, welcome back, you guys.
What's good?
Hey, y'all. We happy to see you. Rolo's happy to see you. Okay. For those of you who do not know, this is the One Thing for Certain podcast. Okay, where myself, Alia King, and my husband,
Carrot King,
we talk about all the things that married people like to talk about. Okay, which is just about anything that pops into our head. All right, we like to have conversations, and we decided to invite you guys into them. So if you're into that, if you like it, come back and see us. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe.
share that thing.
Share it. Matter of fact, before we get into anything, okay, Judy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Judy.
All right. Tiffany, hit that subscribe button. Martin, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Michael, I see you there in the back. Hit the subscribe button. Quit playing. Okay.
Shout out to our current subscribers. I think we're at 43. So appreciate that for all of y'all that are.
I actually saw a 44.
Oh, for real?
I saw that 44.
Oh, wow. That's like 2 public school classrooms. So
yeah, cool. Come
that's
on.
dope. That's
Come
super
on,
dope.
public school classrooms. I like that.
Small PSA. I'm feeling a little under the weather.
Oh, you
so just bear with me, guys. But yeah. Yeah, man. So shout out to y'all for real.
Shout out to y'all for real. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into it, okay?
Okay.
With our current obsession. So did you want to start or?
No, you go ahead.
Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and start. So my current obsession, as of right now, is actually Hurricane Milton. Okay.
That's interesting.
I know. Weather being my current obsession is a bit silly, but honestly, it's been on my mind for the past couple of days. As you know, we have seen the tropical storm kind of like building up and knowing that it's going to hit the west coast of Florida, and at this very moment it has already made landfall.
Tampa?
At the time of this recording, yes, it has already made landfall. It hit Sarasota first and is continuing its way basically diagonally. Rolo, stop. Diagonally, through basically the middle of the state. It's going to, the height of its storm is predicted to, happen throughout the night. In the next 12 hours is supposed to be like the worst of it as it goes, passes, through Sarasota, up past Tampa, and then through Orlando, out the east side of Florida over into the Atlantic Ocean. So Yeah, it's been my current obsession, one, because it's supposed to be like a like once in a lifetime storm. It's the surges for this storm, which is essentially when the ocean water like recedes and then comes,
Mm-hmm.
forward as the
Mm-hmm.
hurricane moves inward or inland. It's supposed to have like high water surges of like 13 feet, 15 feet in some
Yikes.
places. And for those of you who don't have a gauge or reference,
It's a story and a half.
um, to how high that is, right now we are sitting in a room that has 9 foot ceilings. Okay, we are talking about 6 feet beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It's like the second floor almost.
yeah,
Almost.
we're talking about 3 to 4,
Mm.
sometimes 5 feet above a typical second story floor.
Mm.
um
Last thing I saw is that the weather people,
mhm
meteorologists, they
mhm
were tracking it as it was coming towards Florida, and it
yeah.
was like a category 6 by pressure.
Mhm
It's like it's broken all of the scales of.
yeah.
I don't know if it's still a category 6 as it's approached. I saw.
I think the last time I saw it, it was like a category 3 now, because obviously a
Okay.
hurricane gets a lot of its power from the water, in the ocean that's fueling it. And as it moves inland, it turns into like basically like,
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
decreases in its intensity and turn and can dissipate into a tropical storm. And hurricanes are not like tornadoes where like you see the eye of it and you're like, oh, that's where the tornado is. Like, no, hurricanes are much wider. But anyway, the majority of why it was my current obsession, like I said, because it's supposed to be like a massive, once in a lifetime type of storm, but
Mm-hmm.
also because I actually have a lot of family that lives in Florida in that area. And
Yeah.
as far as I know, none of them have left. They are
Mm.
staying there to weather the storm. And so I'm really hoping that they're okay. um, Floridians are stubborn, and they feel as though like whenever they see a storm, it's like, oh, we've lived through one, you lived through them all, kind of thing. Um, but yeah, if you guys are in Florida, if we have any watchers in Florida, we are
Yeah.
praying that you guys are
Praying for you
okay.
guys for real.
Please stay safe.
There's actually a lot of people coming from Florida coming into Atlanta,
Yeah.
so there's that. And
Mm-hmm.
then there was what did I see? I saw something else about, I was just listening to the radio, and
Mm-hmm.
like FEMA's supposed to be involved, and that's not
Yeah.
really helping. A lot of people are trying to evacuate, and it's just a mess for some
It
reason. I don't
is.
know. We can't get that part right for some reason. It feels like this country
I mean,
is.
when you're talking about getting thousands of people to migrate out of their city and state, it takes an incredible toll on the infrastructure in general. There were a lot of people even today, earlier today, trying to make their way out, but there was a cutoff. Like for certain
Oh yeah.
evacuation, they can't allow you to still be on the road. So if you were trying to get out at a certain point, there was a cutoff where it would be too late. Like you
Yeah.
can't you have to shelter in place
I saw
at this point
they
or go to a shelter.
yeah, I think the airports in Florida, all with the exception of Miami. I don't think Miami's gonna get hit
No,
too
Miami's
bad.
fine.
But all of the airports like Tampa and a few of the other ones, they stopped like all of their services and
Mm-hmm.
flights earlier. Today is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Today and even some last night had their last
Mm-hmm.
flights out. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then on top of that, the flights were like crazy to come to Atlanta. It was like
Yeah.
$1,000 out of Florida to come here. So
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy.
It is pretty wild. And honestly, like after we are just literally like a week or two
Removed
from
from Helene.
Hurricane Helene.
Helene, yeah.
Yeah, who came up and ransacked the place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then in 2 weeks to be hit again with another like once in 100 year kind of storm. It's pretty wild. Mother Nature don't give a single damn about your house or that renovation that you did or those
Boy,
new floors that you got. She don't care nothing about it. She don't like the color no way. Okay, she will come and send your house down the block. So for those of you who are not evacuated or sheltered in place, please be safe. Please be, there's already been a death reported.
one.
Mm-hmm.
It's very weird for
Yeah.
only one day, but
I mean, it just made landfall like I want to say like 3 or 4 hours ago.
Yikes.
So it's still pretty early. Like I said, we still have 12 more hours of this storm.
Projected. Okay.
Yeah, to be at watch. So when we wake up, we'll know what the majority of the devastation is.
And for context, I think a Category 3 is like 100+ miles an hour winds.
Is it? Is
I
it
believe
that
so.
high?
A Category 3?
Dang.
Yeah,
And
Category
how
3.
high can they get? Like how high is the categories?
Oh, and I don't know the range.
Okay.
It's so I don't know if I should post it because it's a pretty long video. But there's this guy that did a simulation. Like it's a newscaster. He had a house in the background, and he was explaining per category what happens to your house. So Category 1, shingles start to lift. Category 2, shingles come off.
Okay.
Side house panelings come off. Category 3, windows break, door gets pushed in because of the wind. Category 4, your house starts to move a bit,
Come on now.
like it's in a tornado. And then 5 is just complete
It's gone.
madness. I thought that was
It's down the street.
it's very unfortunate to have to watch something like that, even though it's like fake and it's AI and stuff. But it is very educational.
Imagine watching the house that I grow up in, the house that I raise my kids in, or what have you, just being blown away.
Man.
Blown away.
I don't know. It's crazy.
It's absolutely mad. So yeah, man. Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers for sure, man. Hope y'all stay safe out there for real.
So that's my current obsession, y'all.
Cool. Mine is going right back to what Rap Shit was about. Glorilla has her highly anticipated, I believe this is her debut album.
Was the first one her EP?
I think that was an EP. I don't think that was an album.
Because I remember listening to that one. It was good.
It was cool. It was really cool. And so I just want to pull up the feature list because that kind of came out. I think her marketing, again, I'm putting on my fake music, wish I was an exec hat, A&R. For her last 2 years have been fantastic.
Yeah, they have.
She's had the songs of the summer for a while now. That 7 p.m. Friday is just still ringing off perfect. It's just perfect marketing. Her videos are great. And then she had that snippet of hold on ho, which drove everyone crazy because it was only like a 30-minute snippet, and we only had that for like 30 second snippet, and we only had that for like maybe a week, 2 weeks, and then she finally released the full version. And then she released a video, and it had some people on content creators.
Some cute, cameos.
Some really cool cameos in there. So now, as her album is getting ready to come out, she had put out her guest list, and there's 10 people on her feature list. I mean, for her album: Lotto, of course, Sexy Red, Money Long, Kirk Franklin.
Oh, come on now.
Kiara Sheard. Chandler D. Moore, Meg Thee Stallion, of course, Boss Man D-Lo, who's having also a really great year. That's the dude that sings driving a Bendy Bentayga, like I don't love my life.
Oh
yeah, that nigga. This shit, it's
every
so
time
funny.
I hear that line, I'm like
I don't love my life. So yeah, and she has she replay her artwork is beautiful.
It is. She looks gorgeous on that cover art.
Yeah, and
it's given like old school, like 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Solo, like singer. Type of thing.
It's fire. So
it's so pretty. It's like airbrush and like sepia. It's fly.
It's fly. And so she just replaced her face with their faces as a feature. So I'll put up some of the faces on here, but I'll show you, like, she has T-Pain and Friday.
Oh, right? Teddy Pendergrass down. Come on. I love
as
T-Pain.
Well. And this one's Kirk Franklin. This one went crazy.
That one go off. First of all, that actually resembles
an album cover that he has.
His album cover, like the one was it his first? It was his first album.
Might have been.
It looks just, I mean, it's more of a full body shot of him, but that is in the exact same tone. Shout out to Kirk Franklin, bro.
Yeah, man. And it's not new for Kirk because he always made music with anybody,
He
rappers,
sure does.
R&B artists,
Yeah.
whoever. So that's my current obsession. I'm just looking forward to her album like
I'm
everybody else. I'm
excited.
curious as to like how it's gonna flow, and with Kirk being on there and a couple of R&B people,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see what those songs are like and what they're about and stuff. I just think Glorilla and her team is just doing a very good job. They've elevated that woman.
They have taken
in a
care
way
of her.
they really have. So
and shout out to her for like putting in the work.
She
and
put
like
in the
not
work.
Being like having her like 15 seconds because she's really.
They thought that girl after FNF, they knew for up. They could have booked it that was gonna be it. It was huge. It was I think got like 1 billion streams or something like that. It was crazy.
I thought it was gonna be her Old Town Road. You know what I'm saying? She was gonna make a bunch of money off of it and just dip off. But this girl is not playing. She's not playing, here man. To stay.
And I think with that,
you can tell she's taking it very seriously when it comes to the quality of her performances too.
Yep.
She's a
she out there dancing. Performer. She's out there. You know, she got her team doing her little dance, and she's just always having fun.
She is.
Glow is a rapper. Like, and it feels really good to kind of say that, because when she first came out, it was kind of like, I don't know if she's a rapper yet.
Just out here playing.
But I think she rose above a lot of the crowd.
The quality of her verses and any of the features that she's doing, and like
she separated herself.
Magnetism of all of her records, how you just can't stop singing it. That is talent. You don't strike gold that many times that consistently and say it's just luck. No.
Yeah.
That girl is putting in work, and I'm glad to see it.
Not
only has she glowed up in like every sense of the word, from her looks to her artistry to her craft to her performance to, you know, just everything.
Yeah, the only thing I would say, I want to see more interviews of Glow. There's a few out there. She has a few funny ones, and I think she was on the Breakfast Club one time. But I just like to hear her talk.
I love the video of her and Meg when they were just gushing over Beyonce.
Oh man. How could you not?
So funny. She was like, I feel like when I saw Beyonce, I like died and like I came out of my body and like I went to heaven.
Girl from Memphis, man.
Yeah, I love her.
So
like, for
salute to
anybody who got something bad to say about Beyonce, y'all really just hating. Like, y'all like don't talk to me about her. Like,
yeah, man. Salute to
so funny.
Salute to Glow, man.
Salute to Big Glow.
All right, let's get to the ish, because we got to spend at least 10 to 15 on this.
Listen, can you do me a favor and pull up the list of,
oh Lord,
could
I had a feeling that
could you just please, because it's gonna take, and I'm really gonna again
it's a season 7.
Yes, it is. I'm really going to kind of speed past this because I have a feeling, I think that
I don't want
the
any
second
spoilers.
installment of the like next portion of the episodes has come out today. So by the time you guys see this, there may obviously have been more development since when we're talking about, but for context, Are We in Like Our Love today is going to be about season 7 of Love is Blind. Okay, Love is Blind, just for a little bit of context for us, has been a show that has had us in an illegal chokehold since it's come out. For sure, we have watched every single season. And we definitely have our favorites and we have our not so favorites. But it is one of those shows that for some reason, just the ingredients of drama, relationship based like media. Okay. And just a variety of characters that they always seem to get on this show just has us hemmed up. Okay.
Yeah. Every time I think, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to, like, I'll be avoiding the show sometimes, but
and then next thing you know, we staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning binging all the episodes.
That hasn't happened yet. I haven't. I mean, it may have happened, but I haven't felt felt it like the way I felt it in seasons past. I know season 6 wasn't great. That I remember.
What you mean?
Wasn't it?
Season 6 was the best season of Love is Blind that
was
has ever been produced.
What's that boy? The boy. The
one that you say looked like
What's the? Hold on now. Who was with the fine black girl? Right. That was last season. That ended up not working out. And
this is why we need names.
His name is. Dang it.
Well, last season is the one that had the young lady who said she looked like Megan Fox, and she did not look like Megan Fox. She looked like Natalie Nunn.
That's okay. Babe. You didn't have to.
Because she had the crescent moon chin.
Is it Clay? What's his name? Clay.
Oh yes, Clay. And,
that was last season.
And AD.
Yeah,
Clay and AD. Also, it just had a number of characters. Don't get me to line about the names, but it was the best season. Like, it should have won an Emmy. Honestly, the producers were producing, they were stirring the pot, they were getting the drama, they had the tea, they got the receipts, and the reunion was crazy, honey.
Yeah.
But yeah, so season 7 of Love Is Blind, you know, it's off for me. It's off to a slow start. There is only one couple that I'm like, yeah, I'm rooting for y'all, and I think it's Alex and Taylor.
Alex and Taylor. So I have it here. Hold on a second. So let me
One of
just
them-
let me
one of their
say
names
let
is
me
Taylor.
say the couples, and then I'll try
Okay,
to put
please
the
do.
put
Please
them
do.
up on the thing. So we have Brittany and Leo, who didn't make it to the honeymoon.
Correct.
Right?
They're like the
guy
honorable
that
seventh
claimed that he was
couple.
rich.
Yes, who the art dealer.
Correct.
And the Barbie dream house looking girl.
Correct. And then you have Hannah and Nick.
Okay, yes, Hannah is, you know, our main character energy.
It's giving it's giving, yeah. She is tall, huh?
I think so. She
seems tall.
Her tall.
She
for
yeah,
sure.
she presents tall.
Presents very
She's
tall.
giving tall aura.
And Nick, who is our like
Player?
ex NFL kicker or something like that, turned real estate agent. Child.
Yes.
We don't really know with Nick, but he's basically being called the resident F boy. We will.
Which I don't know if he's.
I'm not sure. But we will discuss later. Continue.
Monica and Stefan. This is the guy who is just found out that he's like 1/8 black or something like that. 2/8.
Yes.
Enough to where he's like, I'm black.
Yes.
Yeah. Him.
Correct.
And Monica's like gorgeous. She looks like an Egyptian.
She looks like a newscaster.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she does.
Like,
especially in this photo. Then you have Taylor and Garrett. Taylor and Garrett, I think they're our nerdy couple. So they're the ones that have the what was it, the nuclear, the clean energy policy consultant,
right? And
the quantum physicist.
Yeah, Garrett is a quantum physicist. She's a nuclear. They are both brilliant.
They're brilliant. Yeah.
Oddly, incredibly attractive. I know they're not supposed to know that, obviously, going in, but like once we see them revealed, it's like, wow, you guys are actually a really handsome couple.
And then Ashley and Tyler is the
Ashley and Tyler. I said Alex. Yeah. Ashley and Tyler.
Yeah,
yes.
Black couple who yeah, they're just gorgeous. I don't even really know how else to say that.
They are just really attractive.
Lord have mercy.
Honestly, they look like they were already together.
Yeah.
They look like a really good pair. Like, and they so probably would have met each other in real life and actually gotten to know each other.
Yes, for sure. Yes, and then we have Marissa and Ramses.
Okay.
I'm not sure if his name is pronounced Ramses. I think an E is missing. I think it's Ramses, but Ramses. I digress.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's Ramses.
Ramses.
But yeah, they are when they got to the honeymoon.
Oh man.
Their
physical chemistry is just
through the roof.
Just through the roof.
Through the roof. And when
I didn't really believe them when they were in the pods at first.
But when I saw them in the honeymoon, I was like, oh, this works. In person,
it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, in person, this works with them together. And then Alexandria and Tim. And so right, which
Alexandria. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's the other guy that I think you like, and yeah. And then I believe that's it. Yeah, that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So it's 6 couples, and then the 7th is the audible of Brittany and Leo, right?
Yeah.
So we'll start off with Brittany and Leo, so we can just get them the heck up out of the way, okay?
Pretty easy.
Yeah, pretty easy. Brittany and Leo. Leo, like we said, is an art dealer who, like, not so subtly, always kind of mentioned that he comes from money.
Yeah.
Which was so annoying and super cringy, honestly. He was actually in a love square with himself, Brittany, who was the girl he ends up choosing, Hannah and Nick. Okay.
Oh, because him and Nick are close.
Was in between. No, they were not close at all. They actually kept their cards pretty close to their chest. Nick always made it clear that Hannah was his number one and basically the only girl he was talking to. Leo was very kind of secretive in the fact that he was into Brittany and Hannah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Brittany and Hannah obviously find out like that they're talking to the same guy. As the process kind of whittles down, you know, you have a pretty big pool, and then the more involved the connections kind of get, you kind of hear people talking, and you can infer, or, you know, see, like, okay, this person's probably talking to my guy as well. So Leo, he had this really weird way of like maybe this is how they shot it, but it seemed like once it got closer to him making a decision as to which one of the young ladies he was going to pick, he kept basically talking about one to the other. Like, talking about, oh, well, for me, proposing to somebody at the end of this process is like, really difficult. And I just want to make sure I make the right decision. And like, if I do pick you, what kind of ring would you want? Kind of it felt like he was always kind of dangling the prospect of proposing to one of these young ladies. And the part that really made it dramatic is that when Leo was talking to Hannah, it seemed as though to Hannah that he was more into Brittany. So she also had someone she was talking to, Nick. Okay. She basically was like, all right, listen, I also have another connection. And as much as I like you, like everything is going really good, but we'll see how it goes. She ends up, at first, like, she didn't really like Nick. She liked Nick, but Nick had a reputation amongst all of the girls to kind of be like a ladies' man or a player. Like, he had, I guess, a lot of riz, or basically they kept saying that he was really smooth. Like, Nick is just so smooth. I don't know. I can't believe him. She goes in one day and breaks up with Nick. She basically says he's an F-boy and that she doesn't know why she doesn't trust him. She can't really put her finger on it, but she thinks that she's going to, pursue Leo some more. Nick goes, all right, cool. Well, I'm going to leave this experiment because there's nobody else that I'm interested in. So she feels kind of bad or whatever, talks to Leo about it, and then Leo reveals that he's actually talking to Brittany as well, right?
Yep.
Now, Hannah knows what Brittany looks like, and this is my speculation, right?
Oh, I know where you're
think
going.
that Hannah sees Brittany, recognizes that she's talking to Leo, and goes, I think I may have fucked up. I think I may have fucked up.
Yeah.
I think that, and she also recognized that her and Brittany are completely different.
Yeah, I think Brittany self-described herself as a trophy wife.
Yeah, she did. She said it flat out. She was like, I'm a trophy wife. I look good enough to be kept. I have been kept. The type of people that I have dated in the past, like, I do not pay bills. I get taken care of, period. And, Leo, like I said, not so subtly, keeps mentioning that he has money. And so Hannah, she starts to backpedal. A day goes by. Literally the next day, she calls Nick back.
Felt like that morning.
She summoned him back, right? And was like, you know what? I just feel like I made the wrong decision, blah, 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 blah. I think that she did that because she was hedging her bets. She assumed that Leo was going to be more into Brittany, okay? And I think the fact that her and Brittany look so different physically, and according to conventional beauty standards, one would argue that Brittany was a more attractive one. Even though they can't see each other, I think that still has something to, like, played into her decision to bring Nick back. So she tells Leo, and Leo, like, loses it because he was going to pick Hannah.
Yeah.
He was going to pick Hannah. And he's like, what are you doing? Didn't you send him away? Why did you bring him back? Now you're telling me that you guys are in love with each other and all this stuff. Child, it was a whole big dramatic thing. It was a whole big dramatic thing.
It's definitely a milestone. There's always these milestone events in Love is Blind. Again, season 7, we see the pattern. So that was definitely a milestone.
That was definitely a milestone. Long story short, child, Leo ends up picking Brittany because Hannah decides to stay with Nick rather than summon a guy back, tell her that she loved him, and then dump him for the guy that she originally wanted to be with. So, Hannah stay with Nick. Nick, what's his name? Leo stay with Brittany. They end up seeing each other during the reveal and when they propose to each other. Child, Leo and Brittany, they were supposed to go on a honeymoon or like, a makeshift honeymoon vacation after the pods to Mexico. They decided they're not gonna go to Mexico. They're gonna go to Miami on their own little trip.
Yeah, when they saw each other, they here, and then they opened the thing and then they meet. They made that as a joke. They was like, you know what? I don't know if and mind you, Mexico, Cabo is where they ended up going.
Cabo.
Beautiful, by the way. Never been. Hope to go.
Stunning hotel.
And but they were like, we might just take our vacation. Who wants to go to Mexico when you can go to Miami? And
And
I
I
think
was
to
like,
myself,
who
the
wants to
hell
go to Miami when you could go to Cabo?
Like, what the hell are you talking about? And then right after that, they flashed the screen in like a PSA announcement and said they did decide to go to Miami, and they broke up short. They called off their engagement
A few weeks after.
a few weeks after.
They actually prefaced it by saying that they were not among the couples that the producers wanted to pick and follow. They decided to do their own vacation and then broke up a couple weeks later. So that was the end of Leo and Brittany, child. Like, it was just like this big thing that ended up fizzling into nothing. So on to Hannah and Nick. So when Hannah and Nick finally see each other,
it was really interesting.
it was awkward as hell because when those doors slid open, Nick sees Hannah, he's smiling, he's all happy and stuff like that. And Hannah's face is literally like,
yeah, man.
She eye shifted from left to right, like looking at the producers, like, is this really him? Like, it was so awkward.
I wish I could like clip a video and show y'all, but I'm sure Netflix would take our little YouTube channel down.
I'm sure it has to be a GIF by now because her eye shift was wild. It was wild. You could hear her eyes moving in her head like one of those, Garfield cuckoo clocks. You know what I'm saying?
You can hear her go, the fuck?
You can hear her mind go, the fuck? Apparently, the way he described, not even like physically described himself, but he talked about how, he's always in the gym, how he's tall, how he used to play football, how he was a kicker in the NFL or whatever. And so in her mind's eye, she created like this different looking person than he is.
Yeah.
And so
she heard football and then she thought
just
6'5".
Yeah, 6'5", 220.
Never said
ripped.
he was that.
He never.
But it's interesting because all of the
girls in the house
too.
Also thought that.
So
but
based off what we saw, because there's a lot of footage that they don't show or they wait to show and all this other stuff, they'll rewind. Based on what we saw, in my opinion, as it stands, he didn't say.
I never heard himself describe
himself as Hercules.
Describe himself as like a jock.
No, he said he was a football kicker.
And I don't know if you've ever seen any diesel kickers, but I haven't.
I don't know.
They just kick. But she was visibly disappointed in his appearance, and so it was giving like very much like ick kind of energy. And as they continue throughout like their like honeymoon and stuff like that, you kind of see like issues kind of budding up in their relationship. Hands up, I don't think they're even going to make it. They're not even going to make it to the altar.
Oh, that's you hedging your bets.
I'm hedging my bet. I'm giving my predictions now. Okay, with each one of these, they're not going to make it. Okay, next couple.
We'll do one more and then move on. So pick one that you really want to talk about.
I want to talk about
because we'll be here all day.
Tim and Alexandria. Is that her name?
Okay, you want to do that or do you want to do? I'm just Ashley and Tyler. Okay, so go ahead.
Tim and Alexandria. Well, we can do Ashley and Tyler real quick. They're gorgeous. They're a beautiful couple.
They are fine as hell.
She's a lovely young lady. He seems like a fine young man. He is a fine young man. They seem equally yoked in their beliefs and
Tyler's
their
34 and she's 32, I think. So
they seem very much equally yoked. And she seems like kind of like a tough cookie. Like, she doesn't necessarily wear her heart on her sleeve. She is, clear, decisive, but cautious with her words. She tries not to like
not with her eyes though.
Not over exaggerate or like hyperbole situations, but she's all in.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it in her eyes.
She is assured. Like, he has said enough to her that has spoken to her heart, where she's like, "Oh, this is my man. This is my man," and she is 100%. She's like, "We're getting married."
They both say that,
and he said, "Yeah, I know, we're getting married." I think they're gonna make it.
I think they're gonna.
From what I see right now, I think they're gonna make it. I don't see any red flags.
Yeah, I think if they do have a problem, I also feel like they'll get through it. Because they're gonna
because of the way that they speak to each other, the way that they communicate to one another effectively. They give each other enough room to speak, to be heard. They validate one another. It just makes sense. Yep. To me, it just makes sense. So I'm excited to see.
Yeah, they're running away with it.
They're running away with it. head over heels.
Yeah.
Okay. Tim and Alexandria.
Tim and Alexandria.
All right. So Tim is a young man who, unfortunately, he is the youngest of, I think, 3.
Yes.
He had 2 older sisters,
Yep.
and he is the youngest.
Yep.
I say had because they both met a very untimely death.
Yep.
I also think his parents have passed.
Looking it up
as well. Carrick is gonna fact check me on that, but he was incredibly vulnerable in the pods. He was extremely open about his own experiences, life, where it's taken him, his background, his career, etc.
It's just his sisters.
It's just his sister. So his parents are still alive.
Yeah,
okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. So his parents are still alive, but he was able to speak so clearly about the loss that he endured, not in like a robotic way, but in a very like, I am sad that this has happened, but I am still able to look back fondly at the memories that me and my siblings were able to create in our time together. And he was very clear about the fact that the person that he's going to call his wife is going to, be not just a part that completes him, but he's like, I'm going to be so happy to give my parents an opportunity to have another daughter, essentially. Like, he is just
dope.
Really wholeheartedly a family man. He seems really like cool, calm, and collected in his demeanor and his attitude. And Alexandria was very open to receiving all of that. She was a compassionate listener to all of his, to his story, and they obviously like hit it off really well. So from there,
that's just like, pods.
That was just the pods. From there, I was very excited to see them meet each other. They see each other for the first time. The initial magical moments, but of course also the initial jitters and nervousness and things like that. Tim said a couple of like offhanded, like awkward things that I felt as though it kind of made like my feelers stand up, because when you meet somebody for the first time, especially someone that you've been anticipating, like meeting them after talking to them for several days, you kind of want to make a good impression. And they didn't reveal this part, I guess, when we were watching their interactions in the pod, but there's like some type of inside joke that they have that like he says this thing like, I got that dog in me, or something like that just gives her the ick. It irritates her. She doesn't like it. She can't stand it. Right? He kept saying it during the first time that they met, and she was like, you're so annoying.
It's like somebody who says they hate being tickled, and you proceed to
tickle them. It seemed like he was trying to antagonize her intentionally during the first time that you guys meet. And so that kind of like, that just kind of made something in the back of my mind like,
but she also, to make it even worse, what I got from her too is like, she's easily irritable.
Yes. And she said that too. She said, I have a temper and like I'm easily annoyed. Right. So watching them and their dynamics unfold, because it's one thing to talk to a wall. It's another thing entirely to pick up on like
social cues, body
language, nonverbal communicative things. And so watching them throughout, you can kind of see where they would kind of butt heads. But for the most part, for what we were seeing, it seemed like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being blissful, euphoric happiness, they were kind of hovering at around a 6. Like, they were cool. They were never like off to the moon like Ramses and what's her name?
Yeah.
The other young lady.
Yeah.
Like, they are in love, honey.
Yeah, they are jackrabbit. So, like,
at the end of like
Marissa
and
Ramses.
Yeah. Yes. At the end of whatever the last episode was, I want to say 6 or something like that. It ended with the two of them, like the aftermath of what seemed to be an explosive argument that they had the night before.
That's a good word.
It was the moment where, all of the couples met up for the very first time outside of the pods. They're meeting each other's couples and things like that. Everything seems okay. And, what's her name? The one that I said looked like a newscaster.
Oh, dang it. I got it. 1 second. Monica.
She mentions to her partner, she was like, did you notice something weird with Tim?
Her partner, Stefan.
Stefan, yes. Did you notice something weird with Tim and Alexandria?
She did say that.
And he was like, no. She was like, I don't know what it is, but something about them is off, right? Yeah. And then they pan to them.
She said him, actually.
Him. And they pan to them the next day, and they're sitting down, and it's very serious. And
well, for starters, he comes in because they slept in separate rooms.
Slept in separate rooms.
Right, by his choice.
Yes, correct. And they are basically recounting and retelling the story of what happened. Apparently, Alexandria wasn't feeling it at the end of the night. The process has been really taxing on her. She really misses her family, but she didn't verbalize that to Tim. They get into an argument because he's like, what is up with you? Like, what is this attitude about? And she's dismissing him. She's not saying anything to him. It's getting him annoyed. He's really trying to pull it out of her. And then she kind of flips, right? And it becomes a really, contentious conversation to the point where
things were said
that, he was like, I do not take kindly to being called out of my name at all. I do not like being angry and arguing back and forth with somebody. He was like,
put hands on my mouth.
Put your hands over my mouth to get me to stop talking. He was like, I do not like being touched in that way. He was like, I even tried to leave in order to de-escalate the situation several times. And you got in my way. You tried to stop me physically from leaving. He was like, there was enough that transpired last night that made me question whether or not you are the person that I want to be my wife and the mother of my children.
Happy first week.
He was like, this is our second day here.
Yeah.
This is our second day here in Cabo.
And third day meeting?
And this is
fourth.
Yeah, it's third day.
I wonder when they leave.
I think they leave the next day. Because remember, this entire process is 4 weeks. From the moment they go into the pods to the day that they walk down the aisle is 4 total weeks. So this timeline is very quick. And so he was like, I was fully intending for this to be the last conversation we ever had. And she sat there and she listened attentively. Neither one of them combated what the other had to say about how they acted the night previously.
Right.
Because
there's usually some like, I didn't really say that.
And you taking it too far. I didn't do all of that.
Nah.
They both were like, you're right. I shouldn't have done that.
Because
there was fault on both sides in the way that they conducted themselves in this argument.
Even with the leaving, when he was like, I tried to leave multiple times, and she was like, well, you packed all your stuff.
Yeah, she was like, you didn't just try to leave as in get some air. You were packing your things.
Yeah, you tried to take suitcases out of here and stuff. So, not an excuse, but more context. And they did leave it a bit open-ended and the stories that they told and the stories that he told were still not like super detailed. I'm sure they have the footage of this, but they're not going to show us the footage. Maybe they will later, but who knows?
To be honest, it's all off I feel like they captured enough of it to be respectful. But yeah, child, it's not looking too good for them. And my prediction, I know it's going to sound like, to say I told you so at this point is like, duh. But
you praying for their downfall?
I didn't pray for their downfall. You remember I said it after they met. I was like, I'm nervous about them because I was really excited I do like him. I like the both of them. But I was really nervous after their first meeting out of the pods. I was like, there is something weird about their coupling that I don't know if they have the capacity to unpack before they have to say I do. Right. So my prediction is that they're not going to make it. That is my prediction. There is
not going to make it as they not to the altar, or they're going to get to the altar and split. Because that's the thing.
I don't think they're even going to get to the altar.
Interesting.
For you all to have explosive arguments like that on the second day where you guys are trying to block each other from leaving and putting hands on one another, that's not a good sign.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We shall see.
So we'll see. So is it a like or love so far?
For Ashley and Tyler?
Just in general for this season.
Well, I'm just there's enough on there to where I love it. Like I'm interested in
Really?
Monica
Okay.
and yeah, Monica and Stefan is interesting. I think Taylor and Garrett is dope because they're nerds, and Ashley and Tyler is just they're just great to look at. And I don't mean to objectify them that way, but it's
But
just
they are.
nice. It's just
They're a really attractive couple.
yeah. So
I'm really here for Hannah and Nick. I just want to see.
oh, you want to?
I want to see the explosion.
Yeah, Hannah's
I
main
wanna
character
see-
energy. She's gonna be the villain of this.
She's gonna be the
I'm
villain
positive.
of the season.
She's gonna be the
Hannah
villain
is
of
the
this.
villain of the
Yeah,
season.
for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a love for me because that's enough.
It's a like for me so far.
Ooh,
Because for me, when it comes to these shows, you get a love out of me when love actually wins. Like I like the idea.
but you like the
I like the drama because it's funny, right?
Yeah.
But I love the show because I see some of these couples. I'm like, I would have never guessed in a million years that in 4 weeks 2 people would get married to one another and stay together. Excuse me, Lauren and what's his name?
Lauren.
From season 1.
Oh damn, baby, season 1.
Yeah.
Oh, the white guy.
Yeah, the white guy and the
Yeah,
and the
that
black
everyone
girl.
fell in love with.
Yes, they're still together. That was 5 years ago. And the other couple, Barnett and his lady.
Mm-hmm.
I loved her. She
Barnett and Amber.
Amber, yeah. Amber was on smoke. She was on smoke. They're still together too.
Yeah,
They're still together 5 years later. That's amazing. That's amazing.
That's hilarious. I looked up Amber and Matt, and the first thing that comes up, People Magazine. Love is Blind's Amber and Matt Barnett recall sneaking away on their wedding day to have sex in the venue's attic.
Go off. Go off.
Salute to them, man.
Salute to them. Yeah. So it's a life for me so far, but we will see.
Yeah.
We will see. We'll be back. Okay.
I'm here for the drama.
All right. One's got to go, babe.
One's gotta go. You know, we're actually running out of these.
No way.
Low key. High key, actually.
Really?
Yeah. It's only like 100 of them. But I have an idea for another
Well,
game.
we're like episode 19.
Oh, this will be good. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
But you gotta remember, some of these aren't good. Like some of them are like white rock bands. We don't know nothing about that.
That's hilarious.
You see what I'm saying?
I feel like we still have a little ways to go, but.
One's gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
Mosquitoes, gnats, roaches, spiders.
God damn it. All of the above. Them.
Repeat it again. One's gotta go. Mosquitoes, gnats,
Mm-hmm.
roaches,
Mm-hmm.
spiders.
Oh my god.
You know my answer.
To be
I ain't even gotta
honest.
think about this one.
To be honest, mosquitoes and gnats are almost neck and blood clot neck.
Gnats don't bite.
Gnats don't bite, and that's the only reason why mosquitoes are gonna edge out, because I get lit the fuck up. If I never get bit by another mosquito ever again in my life, it will be too soon. I would actually rather never getting bit by a mosquito again over like winning $1 million lottery prize. I'm dead. I hate getting bitten by mosquitoes. I remember one time when I went to Barbados, I had a mosquito bite that itched me for 365 fucking days.
I think you have the mark still.
I couldn't understand.
Shit, Eden still got marks from being bit.
Let me tell
which
you
is
something.
Really annoying.
Me, even my younger brother, right? Our son, like when we get bit, it looks like someone beat us up. I hate getting bit by mosquitoes. They itch, they swell. I always get bit. There'll be people like, I didn't even get bit outside, and I got 17 bites.
Like your
How
sister.
come? Yeah, she never gets bit.
Yeah.
My sister never gets bit, and I get lit up.
This is easy for me, guys. Spiders can go. You know,
Well, spiders are kind of good for like the ecosystem.
I think spiders actually eat the
they
rest.
eat some of the those. I mean, I don't know
Roaches
if they can
too?
catch gnats.
Yeah, webs. Oh yeah, sure.
I also hate roaches. Roaches are a blight to this world. They're horrible to look at. They scare the shit out of you, no matter how big
Well,
or
they're gonna
small
be here. They were here before us, and they're gonna be here after
They're
us.
gonna be here after us.
Them and the crocodiles, and the whales.
Roaches are actually offensive to me.
They're huge.
If I see a roach, I feel like someone is calling me brokey to my face, because the presence of a roach gives poverty.
I mean, yeah.
It just does.
It's like seeing a rat in your house.
Oh, God. Every time I see a roach, I'm like, and who told you could be here? My taxes say that I no longer have to see roaches.
I don't know, man.
You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I think it's a trauma response for me.
Yeah, I mean, for me, spiders, you know what spiders get?
I know, you hate spiders.
I'm just saying, like, if spiders got any bigger,
Oh, God,
they would kill all of us.
No,
you know
they
that, right?
would.
Yes, they would.
Spiders anatomically cannot be bigger than they actually are.
Thank God.
Because their abdomens would be too heavy. They
That's
would
the hope.
literally be useless. Not hope. It physically.
I don't know. I feel
people
like
have done
they got 8 legs.
Mythbusters and all other types of Nat Geo and Animal Planet types of shows debunk why 8-legged freaks and things like that literally could just never happen.
By the way, 8-Legged Freaks is a movie that you can go watch. I think it's from like 2002.
Oh my God.
It's supposed to be a comedy / thriller about giant spiders taking over a town.
Oh my God.
And almost taking over the world. Let me tell y'all something.
Oh man.
Okay.
There we go.
They had all kinds of different spiders in that thing. They had wolf spiders. They had tarantulas. They had jumping spiders. The shit was scary as hell.
I gotta watch it.
I watched it. That movie made me scared of spiders.
I know, because your crazy ass watched it over and over.
I did.
And over again as a child.
I did.
And you literally made a phobia.
It's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, spiders for me, man.
Okay. Well, I don't really think you can go wrong with any of those.
And gnats get in your eyes. Have you ever gotten a flying anything in your eye? It's happened to me maybe twice.
I don't think so.
We were in school. We were in college. I was on my way to the Q building. Okay, up that hill from Stingers, and floop. I believe it was a gnat. And bruh, I tried to. The only way that you can avoid it really messing yourself up is if you like be diligent enough to like just take it out.
Take it out.
I did one of these.
And it squished it.
It squished in my eye. I was out of commission for basically the rest of the day.
That's disgusting.
Very unfortunate.
Wow. Yeah, gnats are awful. Tell us which ones that you guys would pick in the comments. Honestly, I don't think there's a wrong answer. There really isn't. For me, though, it has to be mosquitoes, just because they are vicious and they be tearing my ass up. Pause. Okay, cool. I got a number one for us.
All right, we're gonna probably end on this one because this is interesting.
You're hilarious. All right, so remember when we used to watch cartoons, and whether it was, you know, like we said, Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, okay, Dragon Ball Z, like any cartoon you can think of, cartoons specifically. Stay with me with the cartoons, okay? Kids Next Door. Okay, you remember whenever they would eat something like a staple food that like everybody was super into, like with Ed and Eddie, it was Jawbreakers.
But there was also a burger on there too.
It was also a burger on there. Yeah. What do you remember a specific food item from your favorite childhood cartoon that you was like, I would give any amount of money to see what that tastes like?
Yeah.
Which food?
There's a few. Okay, I mean, you know, well, the first one is got to be the Krabby Patty.
Okay.
You mentioned the Ed and Eddie, the Jawbreaker.
The
always
Jawbreakers were
that was interesting. And I think there was a candy that was like a Jawbreaker that you could buy, and it was
humongous.
So that kind of was a thing. Any like anime that had to do with like ramen or anything like that, like Dragon Ball Z, when they would eat a sensu bean. I also wanted to try that.
Wanted to try a sensu bean. That's
I always wanted to try
a sensu bean. That is like next level callback.
Yeah, man, sensu bean is fire, bro. Those sensu beans, I was like, bro,
single sensu bean that would get you just jacked
up. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm trying to. What do you think? Man, I'm thinking.
Let me tell you something.
Ninja Turtle pizza.
Nigga, you just took boy.
My fault.
Look, okay.
Oh, that pizza was
pizza from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The pull on that cheese, and I know it's just supposed to be New York style pizza. I know that it actually exists, But bro, I've had New York style pizza. I ain't never seen the pull like
It's
that.
insane.
The way that these Ninja Damn Turtles used to make pizza seem like it was the only food that was worth getting locked up for. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Here's another one. Tom and Jerry
okay.
steaks.
Oh, those giant steaks are
Those
crazy.
giant steaks.
You know, speaking of the same little like cartoon tangent, right? Old school cartoon tangent. You remember them big, ridiculous fuck off sandwiches they used to have?
Oh
That
man.
they used to just unhinge their jaw and slide it onto that junk.
Yeah,
Just
for
eat it.
sure.
Those were always sick. The Naruto ramen.
Ramen.
The way he would just have a river of noodles just entering his face, just amazing. Always wanted to try those. Dang.
Oh, Boondocks. The when
The chicken?
when Granddad. Oh, well, no, because chicken got you sick, but that's a fair one.
Okay.
Granddad's restaurant, the
That-
Luther,
The
the
one
Luther burger that gave
that gave you itis. And
that
then
gave you the
literally had
itis.
The
Yep.
tables
had that
were
white
beds.
woman in there effed up. She was,
in a coma.
yeah, which is hilarious because when you think about the callback to the name of that burger, the Luther had weight issues.
Yeah.
So
Like Luther Vandross. Yeah.
bing, and then she had a brilliant show. But yeah, it was
Yeah, man.
insane. It wasn't even bread. It was a donut and a donut
Come on, bro.
at the
Come on, bro. Be for real. Be for real. Let us know in the comments which cartoon food you really, really, really wanted to try.
Yeah,
as a
man.
kid. For sure. There was a couple of those.
There's a
that
couple
were
of them.
Just sick. I think we actually have some time for Am I Tripping?
Okay.
Let's get
cool.
it in. Come on.
Am I tripping? I didn't even clear these before I looked at them. I just picked them at random. So we'll see. We got
Come on.
4 here.
Let's see what's going on.
All right.
Hit us with some Am I Tripping, babe.
Am I tripping? I recognized the kid as the person stealing a package in a video posted on the Ring Neighbors app.
Okay.
The owner made it clear they would press charges against the thief, so I did not expose the kid's identity. I don't condone the kid stealing, but I have a bigger issue with locking kids up over an Amazon delivery. Am I tripping? So basically, this person recognized that it was a kid
Yeah.
on the Ring camera
Yeah.
on their neighbor app that was stealing or stole a package.
Yeah.
And so they're conflicted and they're trying to think like, well, I'm not going to snitch on this kid because the neighbor wants to press charges. Am I tripping for not wanting to press charges on
Absolutely
this child?
not.
I have
Absolutely not. I think there's a great deal of compassion that this person is obviously showing and extending to this child because they know that if they reveal who they are, that the person will press charges and it could very likely like really mess up this kid's life. They're a
100%.
kid. Stealing is wrong, obviously.
and not for nothing. If that kid is black, oh Lord.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be an issue for that kid. It's gonna be long. And kids are knuckleheads. They should not be stealing. That's not right. I'm not condoning that behavior whatsoever. What I do think they should do is tell their parents though. Just be like, hey.
Well, he may
look,
know the kid, but he may not know the.
Parents.
Parents.
I mean, not all parents are. I mean, it's the truth. It's just the truth. Not all parents are good parents. So you'd have to be able to gauge that relationship from the jump. Like, is this person somebody who's going to actually reprimand their kid for this behavior, or is this somebody who's going to open the door and start cussing you out for wasting their time? You know what I'm saying? It's like the teachers who call their problematic child's parent to the school, and the parent end up wanting to get into it with the teacher.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
why ain't you doing your job? If my child is being disobedient, then you should do something. It's like,
Or they just think that you lying on your kid,
right?
even
come
though they
on,
got them
bro.
on camera.
Like, obviously, if there's a parent that or they seem as though they have a decent head on their shoulders and would want to correct that behavior, absolutely knock on that door and say, hey, can I talk to your parents real quick?
Yeah, 2 things. How old is the kid,
Facts.
and what did he steal?
Right.
Because I'm telling you right now, as a sneakerhead, I know, and for the people who are watching who are sneakerheads, you not only have to fight the bots and all the other stuff on the sneaker
Yeah.
app to get your kicks, but you also have to fight the FedEx man because he might steal your kicks.
Come
And then
on, bro.
also, once your kicks get to the door, you got to fight the kid stealing your packages. So if you steal my Jordan 11s, I might want to press charges. And then the other thing is too, what if it was a phone? We
Yeah,
get phones delivered, you know what I'm saying?
That happens. It does.
I just,
It
I don't know. It depends on what it was.
Again, I'm not condoning the behavior.
Me neither.
And I don't even blame the person who
I understand the frustration
whoever,
is what I'm saying.
If I find out who did this, I'm pressing charges. I don't blame them either because it's frustrating. Like these things have value. You spend your hard-earned money. I actually think stealing is disgusting.
Yeah, I got a vinyl the other day. I wish a nigga would have stole that. I'd have been so pissed.
If you steal from me, you might as well be stabbing me.
And that is a different type of diabolical, isn't it? Stealing packages from people. You know they're
waiting
grown.
For it to come.
You know there are grown people that do that.
What?
They're grown. There's a page.
Yes.
Yeah, there's an Instagram page or like pages on social media where people they have to set booby traps for people. Like they set out a fake box and they try to steal the box and the box like blows up like a Joker thing. Like it's because people are crazy.
Yes.
Just drive around neighborhoods stealing packages. It's nuts.
It's crazy.
So
yeah.
So you don't think
no, I don't think they're tripping. I don't think they're tripping for not wanting to for not wanting to reveal, that it's a kid because they recognize that it's a kid. Like, for instance, we have a kid in our neighborhood. If we saw him and he's like literally one of the only like
badass. No, he's not bad. He's cool.
In the neighborhood. If I saw that he was stealing packages and stuff like that and I found out, I would go ring.
That would be bold as hell too, because our neighborhood is so visible.
And just be like,
"What you doing?"
Yeah, we listen.
Yeah, I'm telling your grandmother, bro.
I'm telling her straight up. Look, he's gonna deny it, but there is video evidence that he's stealing packages, and the person they don't know it's him, but she showed me the video, and I know it's him. I'm not gonna tell her it's him, but you need to tell you. First of all, tell him to give it back.
Put it back.
Put it back. Okay? But you get him together. Mm-hmm. Get him together because the next person may not be so kind. So real. I don't think they're tripping.
All right, next one.
Let's go.
Am I tripping? My girlfriend called up her friends for a fake alibi as a prank for a social media video. Everyone lied so effortlessly on her behalf that I am now wondering. Now that I now am worried she is cheating. Am I tripping?
Oh wow, that was a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah. So basically, this person's girlfriend decided to do a prank.
Okay.
Where she was gonna call her friends for a fake alibi for a social media video. Everyone that she called lied on her behalf so flawlessly.
Yes. They gassed the hell out of him.
Yeah, and that now he's like...
For this prank, for literally for likes and views, you decided to gasmate your spouse because you thought it was funny. And now you have real life ramifications, like his lack of trust in you now, okay? Yeah. Now overshadowing all of the tee-hee and giggles and kekes that y'all was doing for this prank. He think you cheating on him now, sis.
So now he's wondering if he's tripping or not.
No, I don't think you're tripping. While I said it's a hop, skip, and a jump, think about the nature of the lie. When you say you called all of her friends to create an alibi, that means his girlfriend said she was someplace or doing something that he knows she wasn't doing, right? And she calls up all of her friends to be like, see, all of these other people are corroborating my story, but he knows damn well that you lying. So now it's not at first I was like, that's a bit of a stretch, but now that I know the nature of the actual lie that was being told, it's not a stretch that they would do that for something else because y'all did it. So y'all did it as a joke. What if she really is cheating on me? Y'all would just corroborate it.
They would. I mean, I don't know. I think friends do that though.
I've never been a part of...
And I'm not talking about girlfriends or boyfriends. I'm saying
people.
Your friends will usually
they'll lie for
be
you
on your side.
If you ask them to. Yeah. I've never been asked to lie for any of my friends. I don't think, and I've never asked any of my friends to lie for me. But I don't think he's tripping for now looking at her with the
I don't think
sideways
so.
squint. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust is a fragile thing, and once it's broken, it's really hard to kind of get that back. Because in what use case would you tell him, but babe, I would never do that to you in real life? It's like, nigga, we are in real life right now. You actively gaslit me to think that you were doing something that you weren't.
For a social media prank? That's crazy.
Just for a giggle, just for a like and a view.
For likes and views and trends?
So you telling me that you, for likes and views and trends and challenges and shit? The fuck? It's a TikTok challenge.
Man.
Gaslight your boyfriend. Like, stop it.
Which is a thing,
It's
by the way.
100% a thing.
Man, I saw a video of this girl. I think it's boy, it pissed so many people. Man, it pissed so many niggas off.
What was it?
Long story short, girl tried to do a prank on her man, right? By taking his PlayStation 5
I remember this.
and throwing it into a pool.
And he
but
was actually a gamer.
And he was actually a gamer. That's actually how he made
His money.
their money.
Their money.
Okay?
Right.
He made their money. But she was like, I'll just throw it away and then I'll buy him a new one, right? So she throws it out in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Was it in front of him?
Yes.
I think it was in front of him. And he's trying to explain to her as calm as he can.
She's like, but I got you a new one. He was like, babe, no, that doesn't matter. My account, all of my avatars,
extremely valuable. I think it was a 2K or something like that. He
was like, all of it is gone.
Man, oh my God.
All of it is gone.
And she did
all
that
of
shit
that
for
is associated with this console.
Likes, views, and trends. And
she was like, well, but I didn't know.
Well, now we're homeless. So.
And it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He was like, all of those hours of work and profile building that
this is how we make our money, fam.
This is how he's at all of our videos. All of it. It's all backed up on here.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
God bless.
Do you want to do two more or you got one more?
Let's do one more.
Cool. I'll let you pick the random.
Ooh.
Which one is this? The most I will tip for a takeout order is $5, regardless of the order amount. Am I tripping?
I mean, it's your money. It's your business. It really is your money, your business.
Until it's not. I have a different point of view.
I mean, I can't tell you that you tripping if you got $5 to tip. That you got $5 to tip. You know what I'm saying? Like,
true.
If I decide to go get Pappadeaux, right? And I order that out. I get my little shrimp Alfredo with my breadsticks or whatever, because that's my jam. Let's say that runs me a smooth 25, right?
Pappadeaux?
You come and drop it off, I give you $5.
Nah, see.
That's my business. That's my business. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying, like, I can understand why a person would say, I am not being given the same level of care and attention and work required by someone who is actually waiting on me in a restaurant. You're not refilling my drink. You're not checking on me. You're not coming to, you're not recommending the specials. You're not doing any of that stuff. You are looking at your phone. You are going to a place. You are picking it up and you are dropping it off. There is no other service that you provide other than grabbing it and delivering it.
So here's the thing. I would say for takeout, if I'm picking it up, I'm not leaving any tip.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Who am I tipping?
If I have to pick it up, I'm not leaving any tip. Now, if I'm going to DoorDash it, I'll leave more than a $5 tip, depending on, especially when it's distance. Like if I need to, like the pizza
some people be driving a minute.
Yeah, some people be driving a minute, and I was actually confronted by one.
Yes, you were.
I was. He called me and he was like, "You only gave me a $5 tip. I had drove X. I think it was like 10 miles or more than that or something like that." And I was like, the audacity of this nigga. But when I thought about it later, I was like, you know what? That's kind of true. Like, you got to remember, I drove Lyft. So maybe that's why I have a little bit more of a sensitivity to it. Like, having to go pick, people just think about those things as like you pick up something and then you magically appear to the next restaurant and you pick that up and it's just this easy thing. Yeah. No, you have to pick up, go to a house, go to a whole nother restaurant, pick up, go to a whole nother house, drop off. Like, it's a thing. So I would tip a little bit more for that.
I think that is a fair argument, right?
That's all.
However,
And so that you don't eat my food. That's the other thing. Because I feel like if you tip somebody $1 on DoorDash, they might eat your food, and you might deserve that. Because why would you give them $1?
Yeah, $1 is egregious.
You know what I'm saying?
$1 is egregious. But to me, like in that specific situation, for him to be like, I drove, 10 miles, it's like, I don't dictate how far you drive.
True.
Like,
that's true.
You picked up the order. It's not my fault that it was 10 miles away from your previous order. It's only 3 miles down the road for me.
Blame the algorithm. That's what you're saying?
Blame the algorithm, my nigga. What's that got to do with me?
I don't know. I feel like, yeah. I mean, that's true.
Wings and things. You want me to tip you more than $5? My meal was $11.
Yeah, I mean.
What are you saying? Like, to me, just in that particular situation, it's just like, okay, and?
I think the macro of it is just pay people fairly in the beginning.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But I mean, this, like I said, it's not with the question of the am I tripping. The reason why I was like, I don't know. I can't say I'm not going to tip $5, but I can't say that you're tripping because you got what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
What am I gonna bully you into tipping more?
Yeah, man.
Eat your food and be blessed. You know what I'm saying? Eat your food and be blessed. Take your $5 and praise God. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you.
Shout out to the DoorDashers out there.
Shout out to the DoorDashers, the Lyfts, the Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody y'all are essential.
Trying to get
low key.
Y'all are. I had somebody drop off something to me. He didn't speak a lick of English. He had no idea where I was because he couldn't read the signs.
Damn.
He could not speak any English.
Man.
I mean, and I appreciate the hustle, but a part of me was frustrated because I was just like,
babe,
because now I gotta come out of the beauty salon to stand in the middle of the street trying to find my McDonald's.
Yeah, but what else is he supposed to do if he can't?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not mad at him. I was frustrated at the situation because I was just like, I don't know how to help you. Like, I'm on the phone with him and he's like, hello, where are you? Like, barely putting those words together. And I'm like, where are you? I sent you the exact location. And he's like, I'm sorry, I don't speak English. And I'm like, so what do we do here?
Yeah,
because you got my food and it's getting cold about a second.
That's a good use case for AI, actually, but conversation for another day.
I mean, it was...
Press a button, everything you say converts to English.
Come on, bro. Like, in
real time.
I just want my chicken sandwich.
AI. Did we do it?
We did it.
A little bit of a longer one, but it's all good.
I enjoyed it. I was into it. I hope you guys were too. Okay. Listen, if you haven't already, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, follow us on all the things on the One Thing for Certain pod. Okay, on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, and wherever you listen to podcasts. Okay, you guys. No matter where you go after this, make sure you go with God. All right. We appreciate y'all. It's a One Thing for Certain podcast. Peace.
Deuces.